What's the kindest thing you've ever done that was met with cruelty? When I was 17, I worked at this coffee shop downtown after school. There was this homeless guy named Rick who'd sit outside every day with his cardboard sign and his old dog Buddy. The dog was this sweet golden retriever mix who was clearly sick. You could see his ribs through his matted fur. Most people walked past them without looking. Some would throw loose change, but nobody really stopped to talk. Rick seemed like a decent guy though. He'd always say please and thank you, and he shared whatever food people gave him with Buddy first. One freezing Tuesday in February, I noticed Buddy was shaking really badly. Not just from the cold, but like he was in pain. Rick was trying to keep him warm with his torn blanket, but the dog could barely lift his head. I couldn't stand watching anymore. During my break, I walked over and asked Rick if Buddy had seen a vet recently. He laughed, but not in a mean way, more like a sad, desperate laugh. "Lady, I can't afford food most days. A vet visit would cost more money than I see in 6 months." That night I went home and counted every dollar I had saved from my coffee shop job. $437. I was saving for a car, but looking at that sick dog all day had broken my heart. The next morning, I called the animal hospital on 5th Street and explained the situation. The receptionist said they'd need at least $300 up front for blood work and treatment. I said I'd be there that afternoon. During my lunch break, I found Rick and Buddy in their usual spot. I told Rick I wanted to take Buddy to the vet and that I'd pay for everything. Rick started crying right there on the sidewalk. "Why would you do this for us?" he kept asking. "Nobody ever does anything for us." At the vet, they found out Buddy had diabetes and a severe infection. The treatment would cost $500 total. I gave them all my savings and put the rest on my mom's credit card, promising to pay her back. 3 days later, Buddy was like a completely different dog. He was running around, playing, actually eating food. Rick couldn't stop thanking me. He said Buddy was all he had left in the world. I felt amazing, like I'd actually made a real difference in someone's life. I posted a picture of Healthy Buddy on my Instagram with the caption about helping those who can't help themselves. That's when everything went wrong. The next day at school, this girl Ashley from my chemistry class came up to me laughing. She'd seen my post and decided to drive downtown to see Rick and Buddy for herself. Except when she got there, Rick wasn't homeless anymore. He was loading Buddy into a nice Honda Civic and talking on an expensive phone. Ashley followed him to this decent apartment complex about 10 blocks away. She took pictures and videos of everything. Rick walking into apartment 3B with his keys. Buddy running around a furnished living room. Rick changing out of his dirty homeless clothes into clean jeans and a polo shirt. Ashley posted everything on social media with the caption, "Local girl gets scammed by fake homeless guy. Spent her life savings on a con artist's dog." Within hours, everyone at school had seen it. Kids were calling me gullible and stupid. Teachers were asking if I needed to talk to the counselor about my judgment. My own friends were making jokes about how I got played by a professional beggar. The worst part was when Ashley confronted Rick the next day with a camera rolling. He admitted everything. He wasn't homeless. He'd been running this scam for months, making more money than his actual job at the gas station. He'd dress up homeless, sit outside with Buddy, collect money all day, then go home to his apartment. The diabetes was real, but he'd been letting Buddy suffer because the vet bills would cut into his profits. When the video went viral locally, I became a laughingstock. The girl who was too dumb to spot an obvious scam, the naive kid who threw away her car money for a fake homeless guy. But here's what nobody understood. Even knowing it was all fake, I wasn't sorry. Buddy was healthy now. That sweet dog was getting the medication he needed and wasn't suffering anymore. Rick was a liar and a thief, but his dog was innocent. And if spending my savings meant Buddy could live without pain, then I'd do it again in a heartbeat. People called me stupid for months afterward, but every time I saw Buddy running around healthy and happy, I knew I'd made the right choice, even if everyone else thought I was an idiot.